I hope you can hear me. How's it going? How you doing? Make sure that's on. Here we go. Hi, how you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How you doing? I think I asked that again. I'll ask you again, how you doing? Because I got coffee, so I guess I'm doing okay. Yes. Today is Wednesday, hump day, the mid part of the week. We've made it this far. Maybe we'll make it the rest of the way. I got school today, and we're going to play some music here because that's what we do. We take poetry because, I'm Brian, I'm a poet. We take poetry and we turn it into music using AI. That's the twist. That's what we're going to do. And I hope you guys are all in on it. It says to watching, good morning, whoever you are. If it's evening, afternoon, I hope y'all's having a good one. Because guess what? We're just going to get ahead and do it. Oh, I did not have school yesterday. I went to the doctor. It was okay. I got I should have had this appointment after I have my MRI next week. Yeah. Today is a school day. How is it going? How's it going, How's it going, Kathy? How's it going, Jennifer? And how is it going, Pizza? All right, so what are we going to listen to this morning? All right, let me share the screen here because I got the screen right there. All right, so we are on part 4, if I'm not mistaken, of Shelley's Arethusa. There it is. Part 4 of Shelley's Arethusa. Oh, we got Joe here. How is it going, Joe? Then we got another Edna St. Vincent Millay. It's called Dirge. Oh, this is a new one. Anna Akhmatova. It's called "You Will Hear Thunder." Akhmatova. Okay, get your mouth around that one. And then we got James Russell Lowell, "Absence." And then this one's going to be an interesting one because, the little thing Suno generated for it was like stars in constellations around a bear. It's kind of fun. Oh, hey, Cricket Cinema, how are you doing? Nice for you to join us. It's been a while. Hope you're doing good. Life's treating you okay. All right, and then last but not least, Dorothea McKellar, Dawn. All right, what do you so usual criteria, I have none. We just want it to be cool now, don't we? And because there's a lot of not cool shit in this world, and at least some stuff is. All right. First thing I gotta do is I got to not there, here. Let's get to the right folder and in the right order. All right, Arethusa number 4, Shelley. Here we go.
Under the bowers where the ocean powers sit on their pearl thrones, through the coral woods of the weltering floods, over heaps of unvalued stones, through the dim beams which amid the streams weave a network of colored light, and under the caves where the shadowy waves are as green as the forest's night, outspeeding the shark and the swordfish dark under the ocean's foam, and up through the rifts of the mountain cliffs they pass to their Dorian home. Outspreading the shark and the swordfish dark under the ocean's foam, and up through the rifts of the mountain cliffs they pass to their Dorian home. They passed to their Dorian home.
Good afternoon, Miriam. So what do y'all think of that? That actually grew on me. I was like, okay. This song reminds me of today. Oh boy. Yeah, trying to find our home. All right. I'll let you know right now, being a dude is not all it is cracked up to be. First of all, women got to put up with us and we got to put up with them. Yes, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Some things are easier, simpler, less complicated, but it's still fucked up. Oh, okay, I'm far enough into it. I think it's just called being human. Yeah, but try being a dude with a conscience. That's even worse. Ugh. Most dudes don't have consciences. All right. Here we go. Number 2. All right.
Where the ocean powers sit on their pearl thrones, through the coral woods of the weltering floods, over heaps of unvalued stones, through the dim beams which amid the streams weave a network of colored light, and under the caves where the shadowy waves are as green as the forest night, outspeeding the shark and the swordfish dark under the ocean's foam, and up through the ribs of the mountain cliffs they pass to their Dorian home.
Yeah.
and the swordfish dark under the ocean's foam. And up through the rift of the mountain cliffs, they pass to their Dorian home.
Yes, definite consensus on this one. 2 was really freaking cool. It stood out right from the beginning. Yes, and pizza has spoken. Oh, yeah, we're all here, the usual crew. How y'all doing today? You didn't hear one, but one was okay. 2 was better. Definitely a lot better. So JoJo's here. Yeah, we're just missing Irish now, aren't we? Well, maybe she'll show up. All right, so we got number 2 coming up here is another from the ever so wonderful Edna St. Vincent Millay. All right, here let me put that in the chat here. Right, there's that. Where y'all can follow along. So there's that there. Now let me bring up here and we can play the song. Excuse me. This change in weather. I'm tracking Joe. Don't you just love the typos? Especially because the one is right below the Q. I mean, right above the Q. Oh boy.
Boys and girls that held her dear, do your weeping now. All you loved of her lies here, brought to earth the arrogant proud, and the withering tongue chastened. Do your weeping now. Sing whatever songs are sung, wind whatever wreath for a playmate perished young, for a spirit spent in death. Boys and girls that held her dear, all you loved of her lies here. For a spirit spent in death, boys and girls that held her dear, all you loved of her lies here.
Yes, definitely Purdy, but remember how the one you played the other night made me feel I'm kind of not quite like that on this one, but yeah, it's definitely a dirge. Oh boy, but that was fitting for the definitely fitting for it. You ought to read some of the analysis here that they have here on All Poetry. It's interesting. Conveys overwhelming grief of losing a young and vibrant individual. Yes. Why do you think we like her around here? Because she knows what the hell she's doing. Wow, this one's a little longer. Oh boy.
Boys and girls that held her dear, do your weeping now. All you loved of her lies here, brought to earth the arrogant brow and the withering tongue. Chasten do your weeping now. Sing whatever songs are sung, wind whatever wreath, for a playmate perished young. For a spirit spent in death, boys and girls that held her dear, all you loved of her lies here. For a spirit spent in death, boys and girls that held her dear, all you loved of her lies here. For a spirit spent in death, boys and girls that held her dear, all you loved of her lies here.
Yeah, number 2 on that one was definite standout. I'm assuming Allie has 4 legs. Yeah, your dog. Yeah, I know you. Speaking of dog, I go check on mine. George. Yeah, number 2 is standout. We've had 2 standout ones for today. That was, like the rest of them, I'm going to have to like redo in 4.5 and stuff for Friday. But, we have some standout ones today. So, this one's 4 minutes long. All right, so you will hear thunder. Oh, yes, this is the new one. Anna Akhmatova. Me and my southern tongue.
and remember me, and think she wanted storms the rim of the sky will be the color of hard crimson, and your heart as it was then will be on fire. That day in Moscow it will all come true, when for the last time I take my leave and hasten to the heights that I have longed for, leaving my shadow still to be with you. Thunder and remember me, and think she wanted storms the rim of the sky will be the color of hard crimson, and your heart as it was then will be on fire. That day in Moscow it will all come true, when for the last time I take my leave and hasten to the heights that I have longed for, leaving my shadow still to be with you.
Oh, wow. That one cut us off. Definitely ex-girlfriend material there. I'm definitely going to be running that one through 4.5. Oh, you got here right at the right time, Sophia. All right. I got to address this. Your instructor sent a message to all students regarding knowing what a syllable is. Okay, syllable. Syllable or syllabus. Okay, syllabus, singular, syllabus is syllabus. Plural, syllabus is syllabi. Syllable and syllables. I'd be like going, sir, question mark, what do you mean by here? Are you talking about the write-up on the class or the part of speech? Oh. All right, so where were we? Soundboard guy, basic. We'll let George take care of that. All right, needs more bass. But that was cool. I was like, I didn't want that to end. Suddenly it ended. We like stuff like that. So we've had 3 standouts today so far. Oh boy. Well, good morning, sir. How you doing? Thank you for dropping by. Yes, definitely consensus is one. One was cool. You've been awake since 3 a.m. Well, hopefully what you're hearing gets the blood pumping because, these last couple have been rocking. The first one was much better than the second one. And it cut us off at 4 minutes. So looking forward to that one. A standout that got to run through 4.5. Yay. So how y'all doing? How you doing? It is the mid part of the show. We're done here. Syllable. The number of sounds a word makes. Some students don't know it. Depending upon what you want to do with said cargo van or box truck. If it's moving and, you need the storage capacity or the moving capacity, then whichever one has the most, cubic feet in its cargo area would probably be conducive. Although if you're looking at distance, what gets the best gas mileage? Questions. Yes, depends on what you're doing with it. So we need more amplifying information. But cool. Me, I'd go with what's cheaper. Because, All right, so here, I didn't do this earlier because, everything we do here is under fair use and subscribe and stuff. But it doesn't mean any good because we're back to 450. We're back to 449 from an all-time high 3 times of 454. There's just no logic to it at all. This is pretty bad. Yes. Deliveries like pallets, box truck. If you full pallets of stuff, pallet jack and all that stuff, box truck with a lift gate, with the lift tailgate. Yeah. All right. So you come here for music and practical life advice. Wow, cool. Oh. Yeah. You know what they say? You gotta spend money to make money. All right. Absence. This is James Russell Lowe. We haven't had this guy in a while. So here we go. You gotta spend money to make money. It's too early in the morning.
Sleep is death's image. Poets tell us so. But absence is the bitter self of death.
Boy.
And you away life slips there red forgo, parched in an air unfreshened by your breath. Light of those eyes that made the light of mine, where shine you on what happier fields and flowers. Heaven's lamps renew their luster less divine, that only serve to count my darkened hours. If with your presence went your image too, that brain-born ghost my path would never cross, which meets me now, where'er I once met you, then vanishes to multiply my loss. Light of those eyes that made the light of mine, where shine you on what happier fields and flowers.
sarcasm is strong with this one. Remember, ear scratches, belly rubs, and snoot boops all around. Booping yo snoots. We love the puppies around here. Oh, yeah. Sometimes too much. All right, so what do y'all think of that? That was, yeah, it was a happy one. Oh boy, absence. Of course, that's what it says here. This poem explores profound as sense of absence created by the separation from a loved one. I can understand that. Yeah. Especially when that loved one is your muse. Well, no muses for me these days.
Death's image, poets tell us so, but absence is the bitter self of death. And you away, life slips their red forego, parched in an air unfreshened by your breath. Light of those eyes that made the light of mine, where shine you on what happier fields and flowers. Heaven's lamps renew their luster less divine, but only serve to count my darkened hours. If with your presence went your image too, that brain-born ghost my path would never cross, which meets me now where'er I once met you, then vanishes to multiply my loss. Light of those eyes that made the light of mine, where shine you on what happier fields and flowers. Heaven's lamps renew their luster less divine, but only serve to count my darkened hours. If with your presence went your image too, that brain-born ghost my path would never cross, which meets me now where'er I once met you, then vanishes to multiply my loss. Your presence went your image too, that brain-born ghost my path would never cross, which meets me now where'er I once met you, then vanishes to multiply my loss. If with your presence went your image too, that brain-born ghost my path would never cross, which meets me now where'er I once met you, then vanishes to multiply my loss. Would never cross. To multiply my loss.
Definitely number 2 stood out for that one. Livelier, considering the subject. So, yeah, number 2. Definitely number 2. We've had some standout ones today. I like it. How about y'all guys? All right. Pay attention to the little artwork that Suno generates for these 2 tracks. This is Astronomer by A.K. Ramanayan. This is a guy from India that my poor American tongue can't get around. So I apologize. I do not mean to be rude and to pronounce the name wrong. So this AK dude. I'm looking forward to these. Yes, definite two. Yeah, 2 is the best one of those 2. That's, like I said, we've had some standout ones today. So we're going to get this one here. Like I said, if you're watching, on the, you can see it. The artwork is rather interesting. And we like interesting things around here. This is Astronomer by A.K. Ramanujan or some Ramanujan. I hope so.
Skyman in a manhole with astronomy for dream, astrology for nightmare. Fat man full of proverbs, the language of lean years, living in square after. Almanac Square. Prefiguring the day of windfall and landslide through a calculus of good hours, clutching at the tear. In his birthday shirt is at a hole in his mildewed horoscope, squinting at the parallax of black planets, his tiger, his hair, moving in separate zodiacs, forever troubled by the fractions, the kidneys in his tame milk flesh, his body the great bear dipping for the honey, the woman smell in the small curly hair. Down there, moving in Sanskrit zodiacs, forever troubled by the fractions, the kidneys in his Tamil flesh, his body the great bear dipping for the honey, the woman smell in the small curly hair. Down there,
Yeah, I don't read these before I do them most of the time. Oh, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and play the second one. Oh boy, this one's 4 minutes long. Oh boy. Yeah. Definitely over.
Skyman in a manhole with astronomy for dream, astrology for nightmare. Fat man full of proverbs, the language of lean years, living in square after. looks at a hole in his mildewed horoscope, squinting at the parallax of black planets, his tiger, his hair, moving in Sanskrit zodiacs, forever troubled by the fractions, the kidneys. In his camel flesh, his body the great bear, dipping for the honey, the woman smell in the small curly hair down there.
And it did. I'm definitely going to run that one through 4.5 because that was actually pretty cool. You know, yeah, R-rated for this show, yeah, but more like freaking PG these days. Ooh, we're just so puritanical. Yes, definitely like the X-rated rock version better. Too bad Joe missed out. Joe took her dogs on a walk at the wrong time. Oh boy, so we are on our last track for today. And then, you know, it's off to do our things on this Wednesday class. Got class to go to. Got to try to read some things before there. But, and then, of course, tomorrow, same thing. Quick hour, and then I got stuff to do in the rain. We're supposed to get 2 inches of rain tomorrow. Oh Lord, we go from nothing to freaking floods of pre-diluvian or antediluvian proportions. Now, all right. So we got some standout ones today. I like that. I like the standout ones. All right, this is Dorothea McKellar's Dawn. Just pull it up there. Do this.
At the dawning of the day, on the road to Gondar, when the sky is pink and gray,
No, mostly crap. So yeah. No, what I'm it's like, okay, you don't get anything and then you friggin' get a lot. It's frustrating. Ugh. No. All right. Well, we got one more thing. Yeah, I'm taking my buddy to his appointments tomorrow. It's difficult. Rain makes it more difficult. All right. So we got one more, and then I'll play us one out. So let's go ahead here and play this one here. I like that one. We'll see what this one does.
At the dawning of the day, on the road to Gunda, when the sky is pink and gray as the wings of a wild gala, and the last night shadow ebbs from the trees like a falling tide, and the dew hung spider webs on the grass blades spread far and wide. Each sharp spike loaded well, bent down low with a heavy dew. Wait the daily miracle when the world is all made anew. When the sun's rim lifts beyond the horizon, turn crystal white, and a sea of diamond is the plain to the dazzled sight. At the dawning of the day, to my happiness thus it fell, at one went the common way, and one witnessed a miracle. At the dawning of the day, to my happiness thus it fell, that one went the common way, and one witnessed a miracle. A miracle. The sun's rim left beyond the horizon, turned crystal white, and the sea of diamond is the plain to the dazzled sight. At the dawning of the day, to my happiness thus it fell, that one went the common way, and one witnessed a miracle.
Also, you have to be in the right company. Always important. Always in the right company. Consenting adults. But they ain't nothing like being a fool in the rain. Oh, sure help. So y'all like number 2? They'd be more like fool in the snow around here. Oh, all right. So what do y'all think of today's show? It was cool. We've got some standout ones. I like it. I like it a lot. I hope y'all like it as much as I do, because I do this a lot too, because this is cool. And you guys, thank you all for showing up. We're going to play one out here. Let's get the Wednesday going with some driving music. So if you're behind the wheel, don't put your pedal to the metal, as they say. Well, The Unbeliever, Elizabeth Bishop. Let's go.
He sleeps on the top of a mast with his eyes fast closed. The sails fall away below him like the sheets of his bed, leaving out in the air of the night the sleeper's head. Asleep he was transported there, asleep he curled in a gilded ball on the mast top, or climbed inside a gilded bird, or blindly seated himself astride. I am founded on marble pillars, said a cloud I never moved. See the pillars there in the sea, secure in introspection. He peers at the watery pillars of his reflection. A gull had wings under his and remarked that the air was like marble. He said, up here I tower through the sky, for the marble wings on my tower top fly. But he sleeps on the top of his mast with his eyes closed tight. The gull inquired into his dream, which was, I must not fall. The spangled sea below wants me to fall. It is hard as diamonds, it wants to destroy us all.
You got back. Go back about where you left off, because right after you left, it was interesting, and we're supposed to get rain tomorrow too. So y'all stay dry out there. No, thank you for showing up and spending a little bit of your time with me. Always appreciate it, because you guys are like my virtual family most of the time. Oh boy, what a life I have. Okay. I got to go to school. You guys got to go do what you guys got to do. And then, we're back again tomorrow. Yes, Scotland is definitely on the bucket list. Oh, yeah. It's The Astronomer. Go back and listen to The Astronomer. Anyways. Oh, boy. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same channel. 6 poets, 6 poems, 12 tracks. We'll compare and contrast and then get on with the rest of our day. All right, so like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I got to go learn something. Bye.